Do you ever feel like your mind has a mind of its own and you just can't stop thinking those negative thoughts?
Today's topic is how to stop negative thoughts.
Coming right up. So if this is the first time that you're joining us, we're Steve and Odile Remmert. We're professional empowerment and mindset coaches.
And our mission is to empower you to become happier, healthier, and wealthier with more love and success in your life.
So let's jump in.
We know this is a really difficult one, and we've had plenty of experience ourselves with just how difficult it is. But we are going to share with you today, first of all, why it's so difficult, and secondly, how you can stop negative thoughts.
So I think, to be fair, you can't really stop the negative thought from happening initially.
Right.
Right?
What you can do is you can become aware of it and catch it. So here's what negative thoughts are and why they're so difficult to stop. Negative feelings are stress chemicals. It's the sensations caused by stress chemicals in your bloodstream. And as you have a negative thought, it triggers those stress chemicals, and they're the same chemicals that are created when you are the last time you were faced with a bear. It's the fight, freeze, flight chemicals. So they're the same chemicals that are produced when you're in physical danger, and that's why they're so strong and so difficult to control. Now, as you feel those emotions, more thoughts come. So, and then as those thoughts come, you pump more stress chemicals into your system. So it becomes a vicious circle, which is why it's so difficult. So the key to stopping negative thoughts is to become aware and to catch them in what I call zero tolerance. Now, if you think of cockroaches, you think of cockroaches, think of your thoughts as cockroaches, and one tiny cockroach, right? Let's say you're in your home and you see a small cockroach. It's highly unlikely you'll go, oh, well, it's only a small one, right? You'll go, no, that little tiny cockroach has friends and family, and they're all going to move in. And negative thoughts are the same. It's about catching that very first small negative thought. So a thought like, I don't know what to do, stop right there and catch it, because I don't know what to do is going to lead to other thoughts. So we call them, we came up with the term this morning, they're gateway thoughts. Okay, so what you want to do is look out for gateway thoughts that will lead you to more.
So stop.
They'll bring all their friends.
Yeah. If you see it as a gateway thought, becoming aware, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this. We're going to give you some tips on how you can begin to practice that awareness, because that's really what we're advocating here, is that you become aware of what's happening in your mind all the time.
Right.
But just stepping back to those gateway thoughts. Yeah. So I know, and I know that you have some examples as well, but I know for myself, one of those big gateway thoughts for me is I don't know what to do.
Right.
I don't know what to do next.
And another very strong gateway thought is why. Why haven't they called me? Why can't I get this right? Why do I always blah? And in fact, if you'd like to share your gateway thoughts or examples of your gateway thoughts,
just
in the comments.
Put them in the comments below,
so that
share them with everybody.
Everybody knows they're not alone. And so the analogy that we came up with this morning to really get this across is, if you imagine you're driving somewhere and whatever it is you want in your life, we all want something. So whether it's happiness, you want to be happy, you want to feel, you want to be healthy, you want a happy relationship, you want money, success in your business, whatever it is you want, imagine that's your destination and you're on the road to that destination. And as long as you're facing in that direction, that's where you're heading. And especially if you're wanting to use the law of attraction, for example, it's about how you're feeling. How you're feeling is determining what you are attracting and creating and manifesting in your life. So you want to be feeling good most of the time so that you're heading towards what you want. So you're on this road, you're heading in that direction, and then
Negative thoughts.
right. So the negative
Happen.
thoughts are like scenery along the way. Now, when you notice that when you notice negative thought, it's like you've gone off the road, right? So there's a sign that says crap this way, or welcome to crap.
I think, yeah, it's
And
more
you
like
want to stop there.
you're off the road. You've seen the big sign that says welcome to
Crap.
and
then you don't want to keep going and see what crap there is. You want to stop,
right.
turn around, and get back on the main road,
right?
So if you think of it that way, that first thought that you notice, the first negative thought you notice, whatever that may be, see it as a sign saying welcome to crap. And then make that decision in that. And now here's the thing as well, the earlier you make it, the easier it's going to be to change your focus, to get back on the road towards what you want.
And I think that building the awareness, becoming aware of what's happening, becoming aware of the thoughts that are there, is like becoming aware of the rumble strip on the side of the road. You know, we put the rumble strips in to jog us back awake, to get into that place of awareness when we're driving. So if you can think about developing that sense of awareness for yourself. Now, we don't necessarily have the rumble strip in our head, you know, to let us know. But I think that as we develop that sense of awareness, of becoming aware of those negative feelings, we can then start to see them as the rumble strip and going, okay, redirecting back to the road, redirecting back in the direction that I want to go. And the other thing is, once we find ourselves down the road, which is easy to do, you know, it's like all of a sudden I'm way off the road. I think it's really easy to get angry with yourself, get upset, get despondent. It's like, oh, how did this happen again? It's just, no, you just turn it around and bring it back to the main road.
Right. Yeah. And how do you do that? I hear you ask. So the first step is recognizing it. And at whatever point you recognize it, that's the point where you stop and turn around. Things to do. The first thing is to change your focus to something that feels better. And preferably, so what I used to say, I don't know what to do. I used to wander around the house going, I don't know what to do. And I started catching myself where I'd go, I don't know what to do. And I'd catch myself and change it to, I always know what to do. I do know what to do. I always know what to do. Even though I didn't know what to do, I would say that anyway. And that's the equivalent of turning the wheel of your car to head back towards the road, even though you can't see the road yet, but you're heading back in that direction. So change the whatever that negative thought is, see if you can change it to a positive. Now, it may or may not be possible in that moment. It'll depend on how much of the stress, what the level of stress chemicals are already in your system. So you try that. If that doesn't work, then do one of the following. And we'll put a list of these suggestions in the description. So you can, after you finish watching this, go to the description and you can copy that list, print it out and put it somewhere where you can see it, or save it on your desktop, on your phone, wherever you'll be able to find it. Because the problem is, when we are very triggered, when we feel those negative emotions, it's difficult. You can't remember what you're supposed to do. You know, it's like, what am I supposed to do now? I can't remember, because the prefrontal cortex of your brain is offline. So if you've got a list of things that you can refer to, then you just have to remember that one thing. Whenever I'm triggered, I'm going to look at the list. That's all you need to remember. And on that list, we'll give a couple of examples now. We'll put the rest in the description. Put on some music that you love. Do some physical exercise if you can. Look for 5 things to be grateful for. Even if you don't find them, you're already starting to turn that wheel. You're already starting to change direction. So now, if one thing doesn't work, do something else. Don't go, oh well, I might as well just carry on into the wilderness. Then, you know, if you can't, if one distraction or redirection doesn't work to help you get back on the road, try another one. Just keep going. You know, dance, play a game, do something else until you're feeling better. I think the main thing to remember is that it's never one negative thought. it's like cockroaches. There's never just one. If you see one negative thought, it's bringing its friends, and that's when to nip it in the bud.
And it's a practice that we have been teaching for a while that we call zero tolerance. And that when you notice any negative thought, it's having zero tolerance for that. Having zero tolerance for any cockroaches. You wouldn't say, well, it's just one, it's okay. Having absolutely zero tolerance for any negative thoughts.
Because they are stronger than you think. And that is key. I think I know both of us have discovered that, and I'm sure you've experienced as well, where you think it's okay. You think, oh, well, there's not a strong feeling, so I'll just head down this road. But they are stronger than you think. And it's like coming to the edge of a cliff. You need to start braking long before you reach that edge, because otherwise you lose control and it's too late.
Because that's really what we're advocating here, is becoming more aware of what's happening in your brain at the moment. So how do you become aware? How do you build that awareness muscle? And one technique that you can do now, a good time to practice this is not when you're feeling triggered. So you can actually be practicing this throughout the day. So one thing that you may want to try is think about your mind being like a very large mansion. And think about your awareness is maybe like a ball of light, or imagine where you are in the mansion. So if you think about this mansion full of rooms, and each one of those rooms is a state that we can occupy. So it could be frustration, could be happiness, could be anger, could be boredom. All of the rooms within the mansion are the particular states that we're occupying. So ask yourself right now, where are you in the mansion? What am I feeling right now? What am I experiencing right now? That is just becoming aware. You're making yourself aware of what's happening right now in the moment. So I'm feeling this. This is where I'm at. This is the state that I'm occupying right now. You can be doing that all day long. As a matter of fact, a good thing to do is put up little Post-it notes in places where you're going to see them. Put them in the bathroom. What mental state am I in right now? Where am I at in the mansion? What am I thinking about? It's a way of building that awareness muscle, so that when you have the thought, when you have that initial thought that could take you off the road, when you become aware that you're on the rumble strip, then you can redirect. And it's building that sense of awareness. So you want to kind of get yourself into that place of living your life in that state of awareness, because most of us are living our lives completely unaware of where we are in the mansion, on the road. We're just living our life. The thoughts are happening to us, and then we find ourselves way down some off-road, and there's no road left, and it's like, how did I get here? So it's building up the awareness, keeping yourself on the path, and keeping yourself headed in the direction of your end goal.
Right. And I wanted to add something there as well with the little notes. In addition to putting them up, like on the bathroom mirror or back of the door, whatever, is also hide them. Like put one in your pocket, in your shoe, in your handbag, different places where you'll find them throughout the day, in the fridge, in the coffee tin, so that every now and then you'll come across one that you've forgotten about, and it'll remind you. And it just something like, what am I thinking? Where is my focus right now? To just keep checking in. And you won't have to do that forever. You'll get, like any habit, you'll get used to checking in with yourself, and then you won't need the notes anymore.
I'm hoping that, a couple of these techniques will help kind of get you started, get you moving in that direction. If you feel like you need more help with that, we've got resources that we'll put links to in the description below, as well as the course. Yes,
so we have a wonderful course called the Superpower Course, Master Your Emotion Superpower Course. It's online, it's self-paced. And what it does is it trains your brain and body to feel good more of the time, to produce more feel-good chemicals than stress chemicals. So this process of noticing your thoughts and and catching them, nipping it in the bud, using zero tolerance, redirecting, all of that is made a huge amount easier by going through this course and training your body, your brain and body physiologically to stay in alignment with feeling good. So we'll put the details to that and the link to that in the comments, and please ask us questions. We love answering questions. So if you have any questions, you need clarification on anything, please go ahead and ask in the comments.
Yeah, in the meantime, keep your car between the rumble strips. Keep it, keep refocusing, keep it on track. When you notice those negative thoughts,
not even the smallest cockroach.
No cockroaches.
It's going to bring its friends. Every negative thought is connected to others. So zero tolerance.
All right. That's it for us. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye for now.